Hello.
Hey.
Sorry about that. I seem to have a problem with my headphones.
Oh, how's it now? Is it alright?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Although I don't know if you're just going to cut off at any point.
Well, we'll see, I guess.
We'll see how it goes. I'm hopefully getting a new microphone soon. I say soon, like next month. So you might have finished the game by then.
I wouldn't count on it, but yeah.
Oh dear. Is it going to be another downer of a week?
No, not really. I mean, what do you want to do? Do you want to go straight into it?
Well, have you got anything else to talk about? Because I haven't really, other than I've just been playing Destiny and FIFA. That's been it.
Yeah, see, what I've been playing is that, and then that Rainbow Six, and that's about it, really.
What did you make of Rainbow Six?
Well, when I first played it, before I played with you guys, I didn't like it that much. It just didn't feel right. But after we played it the other week, I enjoyed it a great deal more. Because it's still got that whole thing of, like, you know, you're working in a team. You know, like, it's cool when you're going into the building, you're like, have you got my back, and all that kind of thing. And, you know, like, the whole sort of, you know, the slower pace to it starts to come back a bit. That was really good.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think the whole concept of that terrorist hunt is brilliant. So, you know, you'd be hard pressed to fuck it up. But in the same breath, they've tried their damnedest to fuck it up, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, like, you've got those ridiculous things, like those guys that just charge at you.
The suicide bombers is the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's just an awful idea. You can't really kill them. They come out of nowhere. There's not much warning, and they just fucking blow you up. Although it is quite funny because you just see your whole team just like explode in one little second. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's also there's that thing as well with the bombs in the rooms as well, where, like, often you can't see. There's no way.
I like them. I don't.
You can just walk into a room and then explode and you're dead. It's
but then once that happened once, I was able to, you know, catch them because they beep a little bit and there's the red flashing light, so I found them easy to take out. Whereas the suicide bombers, there seems to be no way of actually doing it because they got more health than everything else, and yeah, it's the worst thing in the game. It
still seems, it was, like I said, maybe it's just because it's a team game, and when you're playing in a team, it feels good again.
Yeah.
But, you know, as you said, it's not perfect. It's it's got problems.
Fuck paying full price for it though.
Yeah.
Considering that they've stripped the single player campaign out of it. It's like,
there's no campaign at all. It seems it's just like this, and like maybe they're going to like drip feed you modes and stuff like that, but. There's too much competition nowadays. Like, they can't really do that. It's
going to be hard to find an excuse to actually play that game. Not like the old days where it was like, you know, well, giving it its credit, Rainbow Six was incredible. But still, a lot of the interest was because it was quite an early Xbox One game.
Yeah.
Xbox One. It's quite early Xbox Live game, so there wasn't that much else to play.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we played a lot of stuff during that time that was because there wasn't anything else to play.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I mean, what was there? There's Whacked. You know, there's just loads of stuff that came out that was, you know, there wasn't much else. But now there's just so much stuff.
Well, I remember that. I wouldn't have spent 5 seconds with that. What was it? Mech Assault.
Yeah.
But because it was an online game, that was like, wow, look, mechs. But you don't like mechs, Dave. Shush.
It's online. I'm talking to people.
I'm calling an American an idiot. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, it's a shame. But at the same time, it's one of my favourite periods of gaming, so.
Yeah, true.
Isn't it? Yeah, so I don't think I'll be picking it up. But I could, like, you know when it inevitably goes in the bargain bin?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we could get a good time out of that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, you know, when it's like 10 quid or whatever, or cheaper, then it could be, be well worth it.
Could be there. I'm sure the developers would love to hear that.
Yeah.
Put that on the box. When it's £10, then it might be decent.
Yeah.
Shit, man. But then, you know, we're living in a world where people are charging full price for a Tony Hawk game that doesn't work, so anything's possible.
Yeah, that's been pretty hilarious. I've been watching like the videos.
I knew you would love that. You'll buy that game eventually.
I won't buy it. What are you joking? There's no way I'll buy it. I've been enjoying. I was watching that video where, you know, there's that thing with the Xbox One version whereby when you first put it in, it just crashes every time you start the game.
Does it?
It's really funny. It's like the title, you know, like the Activision logo that like appears and like, you know, spins around, and it spins and then just suddenly stops and just goes like that, and just stops.
Old
and
school.
Then they worked out the reason was because the way to fix it, it may have been patched by now, but before you had to sign out, create a guest profile, and then start the game to get past that bit, and then sign in with your regular account, and then it worked okay.
Genius.
But it's like, how did that get through QA? Yeah, that's.
Well, I've got a feeling there wasn't any, and that's the way that works.
But it's been pretty hilarious to like watch some of the videos. But I mean, I was never really a huge Tony Hawk's fan anyway.
No, loved it, man. Tony Hawk's Free. That was where it was at.
I mean, of that kind of game, it's not really the same. But I really like, SSX.
Well, yeah, but the thing was that Tony Hawk's was kind of, it wasn't, but it was kind of open world. Like,
yeah.
It was, you were given these big levels. It wasn't open world at all. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you were given these huge levels to just like explore, and the music and everything. Those games were amazing. I got totally obsessed with them. Finding your lines through levels and stuff. And I stuck with it for quite a while, that series. I think it was Tony Hawk's 8.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was called 8 or Project 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's when I went, that's done.
You didn't get Tony Hawk's Ride,
No, I was not standing there on my fake bit of plastic, going, yeah, come on, I'm skating, guys.
That was about when it reached like peak plastic, wasn't it? Because that was like when there was so many of those things.
I know that was an era of gaming that I wasn't massively fond of, all the plastic. Do you know what I mean? Although some of the games were obviously brilliant, like DJ Hero and Rock Band, and we stuck on Beatles Rock Band recently. Yeah. And it was like, oh yeah, this was actually fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But, I am not pumped for the new ones.
You're not really, no?
No, well, it's like, I don't know, if I turn around to you and said, oh, do you want to play some Pogs? You'd probably be like, no, I'm alright actually. Yeah. I feel I'm done with that now.
Yeah, I mean, the idea that you can take over like your stuff from before, I quite like. But then I heard that for the Xbox One, you can't just use your 360 instruments. You have to use like an adapter so that you can.
Is it like ridiculously expensive as well? Like £100 for Guitar Hero.
As soon as you get something like that, you're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. If it was coming out like, budget, then maybe I'd think about it, but I'm not even them really. I don't know. I've still got Rock Band like on the 360 and stuff. If I really wanted to, I'd just boot that up.
That's the thing. I mean, I've got like Rock Band 3 or whatever it's got, and I've got tons of songs, like more than I'm ever probably going to play. And it's like, that'll do. It's okay.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So let's just get to it. Right. Bed of Chaos. What we saying?
Yeah. So, okay. As you know, like I was having trouble with this because it was really.
I don't know. Well, I know you're having trouble from last week, right? But ever since then, I've just got like abusive text messages. Fuck this, fuck everything, fuck that, rah, rah, rah. What the fuck is going on down there?
Yeah, it was really getting on my nerves, actually. I mean, I've beaten it. I beat the Bed of Chaos. But seriously, it's unbelievably awful. Like, it's okay, because the thing is, I felt like I managed to beat it by luck rather than by like any kind of a skill, which is why it took me so many attempts to do it.
How long did it take you to do it? What do you think?
Probably at least 15 or 20 like attempts I had at that, and it was so ridiculous because it does that thing where it like sweeps along the ground with He was like kept just knocking me back into stuff, and like it just got. And then eventually I managed to get some. The thing that really annoyed me was I got lucky on one run, and I got past it, like past the the thing next to the next orb. And then the floor like disappeared. It just. And that was the point where I actually did throw my controller. And I would
love to have been in a room for that. Did you literally throw your controller?
Yeah, I did. I was like, I was furious.
That's
at that point.
Amazing. That's amazing. That's your moment.
Yeah, I was really very cross because I was just like, what?
How old are you?
Too old.
Two kids? No, how old are you?
34 at the moment.
2 kids, right, in your bedroom or wherever you were, throwing a fucking controller.
It was in disgust. I was really cross because just because I was like, yes, I've got through it. I've just got to get in that thing now. Whoop, no, you're going down that hole again. And yeah.
You must have been doing something wrong, because I genuinely didn't have that much trouble with this. There must be something that you did wrong, like you were using the wrong armor set, or I don't know, but this just sounds like really bizarre to me. Because, alright, the boss was shit, but, I mean, yeah, I think I'd done it in my second go, maybe third, and I didn't remember it being particularly hard. I just thought it was a bit crap.
But, I mean, the thing is, one time it went well, and I managed to beat it. But, seriously, fuck it. It's awful part of the game.
It is.
It was another one that nearly made me feel like I wanted to give up, actually. I was just like, even though I've got this far, I was beginning to think, I just cannot be bothered with this. It's doing my head in.
I've got to send you a little video. Do you know Timur Hussain?
Yeah.
From Chat Very Good. He posted a video today called Dark Souls 64. You've got to see that, because it'll make you laugh now, especially after the bit you've just done. Funny. Very funny.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Right, so, you went back, you got to the orb, you got swiped away. Yeah. And then was it back to just dying constantly again?
Yeah, then it was obviously death, like there was another bit. Because, again, I came out of the orb and then went forward, and then the floor collapsed, in front of me. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's great. But then I went back, and because I knew that it wasn't going to regenerate again, so then I knew that what I need to do is I just need to, because you told me you get down through the center of it.
That's right, yeah.
And so it was a case of doing that. And that also irritated me quite a lot, because just getting there was a pain, because every single time that I went on a run to try and get down the center, those fucking arms again, kept on just squishing me all over the place. You
just run forward. That's all you do.
You can't. I know you do that, right?
Call me that.
And this is when I was like, okay, this is when I got rid of my armor, and I was just like, okay, chuck all my armor off. I'm just going to run it. But then I didn't realize in the beginning that, because there's the floor gives way again. Because they love doing that. And
yeah, but there's a reason why the floor gives away this time, because
I know, because there's that branch network down below.
Right, yeah.
Supposed to get to. But you see, I didn't realise that you could just run off and then fall onto it. You see, I thought that you had to run and jump onto it. If you see what I mean. So
okay.
Well, I don't know why. That's what I thought I had to do. So for seriously quite a few attempts, I kept trying to run and jump, and every time I jumped, I got swatted by the thing and just knocking me off.
This is brilliant.
It's seriously, if you'd have seen it, it was really getting on my nerves.
James, I would have paid money to see that, just to see you getting all stressed out by a tree.
It was ridiculous. But eventually I figured out that you can just run, just literally run across, and then just fall. You drop down onto the thing, and then just go forward, and then. The thing that was good was the fact that you just hit it once and it's dead. Yeah, that was. Did
you get any satisfaction out of killing it? You must have done.
I did actually. Yeah, when it was dead, I was like, there was some have a bit of that.
Have a bit of that.
It was more of a case of I'm so glad I never have to do that again. I was really happy about that.
What about your NG Plus run?
Yeah.
That we're definitely doing. Season 2 confirmed.
But you see, the trouble is, at the moment, is that basically everything has been mostly downhill since Ornstein and Smoke, which, for me has definitely been the absolute high point of the game. Yeah. That was the best part of the game easily. And after that, it's been reasonably fun, but it still hasn't reached that height for me. Do you know what I mean? Of goodness.
Yeah, I think I know where I'm going to send you next. Because it is the better of the last two areas. I think you need a break. Mm-hmm. But, this is quite entertaining. And yeah, you should totally do a one bro run next. Not allowed to level up. That'd be great. Yeah. I'll try to complete it with a DJ Hero controller.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll play with something like that. Maybe I can play it with the ride, the Tony Hawk's ride controller.
That would be amazing. It's just watching you wobbling about on the thing. Surely we can hook a balance board up.
You could. You'd be like, go on, grind him.
Grind Ornstein, you fuck. Oh God, I'd watch that. You'd earn a lot of money on Twitch doing that, no doubt.
Yeah.
Or my free cams, some people with weird fetishes out there. Right. So okay, cool. So what have you done since then?
Since then, I got bored waiting to call you, and so I had a little bit of explore.
Not all my fault though, was it? Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, I know, but
I missed it. We were supposed to be recording this on Sunday, and then I get a text. Oh, I can't today. The kids have been a nightmare.
It was awful, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
What happened?
No, it's just another day. It's just another Sunday. Because they're fighting all the time at the moment, and it's just doing our head in. It's really annoying.
Why? Well, is that because they're picking up from your anger?
No, it's not. It's because
a pad, so I must throw.
They never say that because I don't play it in front of them. I'm not allowed anymore.
Why is that?
Because Jen thinks it's bad for them. It's like, and she's right. It's not
bad.
very good.
No one wants to see their dad, getting frustrated at a toy. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But no, at the moment they keep fighting each other, and it's not good. So yeah, it's kind of tiring. Yeah, but the thing is it's funny because you see it from different angles sometimes, like who's been hurt and who hasn't been hurt, and then the lying that goes on is quite interesting. Oh,
kids are insane liars, aren't they?
Yeah.
I made my nephew cry because he lied about my son scratching him. Mm-hmm. He said my son scratched him, and I said, okay, I'm going to report it to the police. And then when he heard that police were going to take my son away because the scratching, he said, no, I lied. So then I told him that the police were coming because he lied. And he started crying, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, can't really traumatize.
So now the police are coming because you're crying.
yeah. See how far I can escalate it. God, not a good parent. All right, cool. So you did what? Where did you go?
Well, so I went back to the Firelink Shrine, and I started to go down to where those skeletons were, and I went down into the catacombs.
Right, okay, so we'll go there next then.
Do we have to? Because I wasn't enjoying it very much. Is there a better place to go?
Well, did you do what I told you to do?
What was that?
Before going down there, have you got a divine weapon yet?
No.
Right, okay, so we'll do the catacombs.
Yeah, but is it
because
good?
Even some of it's good. There's a really, really bad area in it, but and one that I can't help you with because I just sprinted through it and found myself at the next bit. But it's not nowhere near as bad as what you've just done, so you're alright. And the boss is fucking cool.
Okay.
He was just really easy, for me anyway. I think I lucked out on it. But then you have got Pinwheel to come. I'm really interested to hear your opinion on the mighty Pinwheel.
What is it?
Well, you'll see. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Right, okay, so you need to go to see Andre, your good friend Andre, the what is he? Shit, what is he? Blacksmith, that's the fella. He's got he should have an option to make your weapon divine, and what that means is you've probably noticed that even though you kill the skeletons,
they come back.
I'm going to show my lack of education here. Skeletons, right?
Yep.
Yeah, good. Right, as opposed to skeletons, which sometimes I slip into because I'm a fucking idiot. They did. So you probably noticed that when you kill them, that they come back. Once you make your weapon divine or whatever it is, I can't remember the way it's phrased. Then once you kill them, they're dead. So you're looking out for. To upgrade one of your weapons in that way, and then it just makes the whole thing easier from the boss fight to pretty much all the way through the catacombs.
Okay.
There are other ways to make sure that they die. They've got groups of these dudes have a one of those weird. They just have these weird enemies carrying lanterns next to them, and what you can do is kill them, and then they stay dead. But that's just a lot more cumbersome than just getting a weapon, whatever.
Yeah, they were starting to annoy me because they were kind of that group up because because eventually you get loads of them on you because they don't stay down.
Yeah, but they're not too difficult to take down at this stage.
No, they're only like they're like one hit, like one heavy hit with my Fury Sword, and they're dead. But then when you've got about, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them around you, it's not so good.
You're not crossbowing them like a champ.
Nope. No.
Oh, mate, cheating on your crossbow.
Yeah, well, it's when you're down there, it's like it's up and close, isn't it? It's easier.
Yeah. You'll smash them. It's pretty easy. But yeah, so you're heading in the right direction. The catacombs are. It's a pretty cool area. It's like it's one of those areas that when you first approach it, you'll be like, I don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing, what's going on. But then by the end of it, you'll know exactly where to go and what to do. So it's pretty straightforward. But yeah, the first guy you're looking for is Pinwheel. So you've got to try and find him first and take him down. Mm-hmm. And then you head into a place called the Tomb of the Giants. And that is the area I didn't particularly like. I didn't really hate it. Did I hate it? I can't remember. It wasn't the best, but just know that there's a half decent boss like by the end of it, and it should see you through. It looks fucking cool, that boss as well. Nito, his name is. He's right at the start of the game. I think he's the first character you see in the game. Through the cutscene at the beginning, which is another thing that'll be really interesting because you probably not watched the cutscene.
Yeah, I don't remember it, to be honest. I mean, it was such a long time ago.
What's brilliant about that cutscene is that when you first see it, you're like, I'm not really paying attention. I don't, I think because you instantly think, like in other games, it's not that important. Mm-hmm. But then when you go back to it, you'll notice all these like characters that you've seen throughout the game in it. You're like, oh right, okay, that's that enemy, that's that enemy. Oh right, I get it now. But then you still don't. It's not until that you fully know the lore that where you're sitting there going, oh my god, this is telling me exactly all the things that I found out through, discovering items and chatting to people. Yeah, it's all here. It's just at that time I just didn't understand it. Kind of like a level in Dark Souls. It's kind of like, I don't understand what's going on or why I'm doing what I'm doing, but the more you play, you're like, oh yeah, shit, yeah, that's what that's all about now. It's clever, very clever.
Yeah, well, Dark Souls is certainly that.
Really. I mean, this is roller coaster, isn't it? Because
and that's the thing
you were
about
like,
it.
man, this is the fucking best thing ever, and now you're like, ugh. You've gone back, you've slipped back into Angry James, I don't like this. Yeah.
It's just because, I don't know, that fight with Ornstein and Smoke, I'm never going to forget, because it was such a brilliant, I don't know, I just really, really loved it. It was such a brilliant moment. If I think about the whole of gaming I've done like my whole life, I think I'd still remember it, because it was really fun. Because of the fact that it's like there's such a build up to it, and it takes you a while before you sort of crack it, and then when you do, you feel great. But since then, it just hasn't really hit that at all. It's been a bit.
It's been a rough ride really for you because 4 Kings and then Bed of Chaos. That's not good. Yeah. That is not.
So
good,
that's the thing. 4 Kings sucked. Like that. That was a horrible battle. And then the Bed of Chaos has also been rubbish. The ones in between, like the smaller ones, were more fun. They weren't so bad. There's the gaping
Fire Sage Demon, the gaping. Ceaseless Discharge.
That's it, that's the one, yeah. I mean, even that wasn't so bad, even though it took a while, but it was, not so bad.
I didn't have to take a while, because
I know,
didn't know the business.
But, I don't know, it's okay. I'm looking forward to going into a new area now, because, especially if I've got something which can get rid of those skeletons without them keep coming back, that'd be good.
But you are sounding like someone that's watched a film that should have ended a while ago.
Yeah.
You're just going, oh, come on. Get to it.
But no, it was just, there was such a high that point, I don't know. I don't know if that's normal, because I don't know if that's what other people think as well, but I don't know.
You'll get that feeling back again. You'll get that sort of buzz back again. I really like the last boss. Not because of the fight particularly, although, yeah, I suppose the fight was good. The fight was good, but more the setting and the mood and everything was really cool. And then, yeah, Duke's Archives, man, that is a good area. That is a genuinely good area. So yeah, you've still got good stuff to come, is what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to stop you from giving up.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to give up at this point because it's
It'd just be a wasted life, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like I'm pretty close to the end, maybe. So yeah.
Oh, James, cheer up, will you?
No, it's good. I mean, hopefully this area down here is going to be more interesting. Because, I mean, the reason I felt pissed off about this is because that area with the Bed of Chaos, right, before that battle, I was really enjoying that area, actually. Because it was like, I told you, it looks pretty interesting. The enemies aren't that difficult, but, it's still quite interesting to fight. And, there's like bits to explore and stuff, and then you come to that and it's just a piece of shit, isn't it? It's just like...
It's just a piece of shit, isn't it?
It is. It's like, the thing about it's like getting a Christmas present and opening it and like someone's just put a turd in there.
That has never happened to me.
Really? Okay.
The way you talk about your dad, though, I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen to you at some point.
Just the coal, usually. Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Oh, well. Oh. I mean, these calls usually have something about them, but yeah, your depression is hard to get over at the moment.
It's not depression. I mean, I'm happy it's over, so that's a good thing. I'm happy that But you can't tell me that you enjoyed that in any shape or form. That fight.
No, but it's hard for me to truly sort of sympathise because, as I said, like it
didn't take you as long.
It didn't take me that long, so it was like that was just like, oh, that's a bit shit, done. Whereas it sounded like you had a complete fucking... I suppose you needed that because you were bossing the game far too easily. So you needed something to whip you back into shame, to beat you back down.
I'm starting to feel the fear again. That's what's really annoying me because I felt like I was over... That's the other reason I'm annoyed, because I felt like I was over that. That sort of feeling of fear that you have when you go into a new area and everything.
Yeah.
And now that's back again. Like going into the catacombs, I felt like, oh, what is there going to be down here that's going to like make things impossible?
How far into the catacombs did you get?
I got to a bonfire, like one bonfire, but I don't know how deep down that is.
Yeah, I think that's right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot more to see.
Mm.
There are switches, I think, but yeah. Again, I can't really remember the area too much. I remember what it looks like, and I kind of remember certain things about it, but I'm pretty sure there's a switch puzzle down there.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, you could solve that. I mean, none of the puzzles themselves really are that difficult in Dark Souls. They're just like, they're usually, if you come across a switch, use it, and then eventually things work out. So, yeah. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, that'll be alright. I mean, yeah, so okay, so first of all, this is my sequence. First of all, I need to make a weapon divine, yeah? So I'll do that.
If that's what it's called. Don't even know if that's what it's called.
Okay.
I'm going to get tweets now going, no, it's actually called Raise the Roof or something like that. That was the first thing that came into my head.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I was on a TV show called Raise the Roof when I was a kid.
Really?
It was like a cable TV when cable TV was properly shit. Like, it just started coming out. It was on a cable TV show, and it was a children's sort of, it was a bit like a Swashbuckle, but
oh, really?
but a much lower budget. It was they had these games that you had to play, and they were things like you had to put your arms through. Like, you wore a t-shirt, two of you were wearing a t-shirt, and like one t-shirt, and the person behind was blindfolded and had to face paint the person in front. It was just shit games that had arbitrary, there was no defined winner. It was always like, a judge would come along and say, you won. And when you think about it, you think, well, that's not a game. That's just like, because that could be cheated. And then you found out that's exactly what happened. They would cheat who won because they didn't have any prizes to give out at the end of it. So at the end of this whole thing, they would go, and it finished 3-3. See you next week. That was it. And it was like, hold on. I've just been fucking doing this all day. Not even going to throw me a bone. Nope. Kicked out of the studio. Got our footage. See you later.
So So it wasn't particularly fun. What are the games like though? Was it fun?
No, I was far too young to be playing them. I was only in it because some kid dropped out, and I was far too young and I didn't want to play any of the games. There was one where there was loads of dustbins about, and the team had to direct one of the people around the dustbin because he was blindfolded, and he was holding a cabbage and he had to put it in the end dustbin.
Right. Okay.
Yep. That's Raise the Roof on cable television.
Can you see it on YouTube?
I don't know. I've not looked actually. That's what I'm going to do now after I've edited this bad boy.
Okay.
Well, I guarantee you've ruined a lot of lives tonight.
Why?
People are like, Dark Calls is late this week. Maybe something really interesting's happened. No, James is just depressed.
It's not depressed. I've managed to do it.
So depressed. I don't know. I don't know if it's your personal life. I don't care, to be quite honest with you. You got to fuck your ideas up. Start gaming again.
It's. I think it's also because I've just been playing Halo 2, and it isn't a very good game.
Halo 2 is not a good game. Are you fucking insane?
No, the campaign it's not that great. Have you played it recently?
No, but the campaign wasn't amazing. It's okay.
Yeah, it's just a bit boring and repetitive. It's like
it's of its time. No doubt about that. Still Halo 5 soon.
Yeah, true. All right. I will go and I'm going to go to bed, but tomorrow I'm going to play some more.
Yeah, go see Andre.
Yeah. All right, well, take care.
Fucking hell. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.